So now we've looked at sliding single notes, sliding double stops, sliding power chords. We've used a slide, which you can call a slow slide, or some people call it where the slide is in time. You actually hear the note you're sliding from. That note has got its own value. Or you can have a quick slide where you don't really hear the first note distinctly. It's just we call it a grace note, so you slide into the note quite quickly. So that's quite a bunch of slides we've looked at so far. So let's put it together in a musical sounding phrase. Let me play it to you first of all, and then I'll break it down. 3, 4. Okay, now you'll note here that I'm just playing the minor pentatonic scale. If that looks weird to you, you might recognize it as this. But can you see I moved the C on the 8th fret to the C on the 5th, on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, the same note. So I can get the same scale like this. Now, with using the second fingering I've just shown you, I can play some slides which will sound like this. Okay, now what's happening there? I'm playing 5 on the E, 3 on the A, then I'm sliding from 5 into 7 quickly. So those 3 notes. One more time. Then I go 5, 7. On the D. Now I can actually slide into that 7 like that. So the first half of this exercise will sound like this. Again. Okay, I'm using a hammer on there out of a habit. Let me do it again using a slide. Let me digress for 1 second. I've just mentioned that I use something out of habit there, okay? It's just, that's the way we learn guitar. It's all muscle memory and motor skills. So the reason I'm mentioning it right now is I want you to take really good care when you're practicing these new techniques in the beginning, because they are actually going to form habits, right? So you don't want to be practicing the wrong stuff and actually making mistakes as you go along, because those things is going to form part of your own playing, okay? So make sure you do these things slowly. Remember, speed is a byproduct of accuracy. We don't want to go for speed, we want to go for accuracy. Okay, digressions aside, let's carry on. It's exactly the same thing, but an octave higher. In fact, I've just done it again. I can play a slide there as well. Okay, that's 7 on the D string, 5 on the G, sliding from 7 to 9 quickly on the G, 8 on the B, sliding into 10 on the B. And then just the same downwards, I'm going to play 10, 8, slide from 7 to 9, from 9 to 7 on the G, so those 3 notes. And then there we go. So my higher octave phrase and the lower octave. So let me do the whole thing together for you. 3, 4. Okay, so let's look at an example using double stops, sliding double stops. Let me play it for you once and then I'll break it down. Okay, so let me break that down for you. I'm sliding from 5 to 8, Then I'm picking it again, 8, and I slide into 10. And I pick 10 again and I slide into 12. So I've got pick, slide, pick, slide, pick, slide. So that's 5 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12. And when I get to 12, I just slide it back to 10. Sounds like this. One more time. Then I'm sliding from 5 to 8, back to 5, back to 3. With only one pick. 5, 8, 5, 3. So all of that together would sound like this. One more time. 3, 4. And then using a slightly different double stop, which is the 2nd fret on the G string and the 3rd fret on the B string. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the exact same rhythm, but the intervals in between the double stops is slightly different. Let's look at those in closer detail. Okay, I pick 2 and 3 together, slide it up 2 frets, and I pick that again, slide it up 3 frets, pick that again, slide it up 2 frets. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. 2 frets higher, 3 frets higher, 2 frets higher, and then I'll slide it back. So it's going to sound like this. And then you already know what's coming next. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. One more time. Okay, so let me put that together for you with the first part as well. It will sound like this. One more time. Okay, so let's look at the last example using slides, where I'm going to do the exact same rhythm as the double stop slides, except I'm going to use power chords, and I'm going to slide, obviously, different notes. It sounds like this. Okay, so that's just the power chord on the 5th fret of the A string with the 7th fret on the D. I slide it up 3 frets, pick it again, slide it up 2 frets, pick it again, slide it up 2 frets and back 2 frets. So that's up 3, up 2, up and down 2. Then I go back to 5, up 3, down 3, down 2. So that's... Put that together, you will have the following. And exactly the same on the E string. Okay, so that wraps up the slides exercises. And then I'll see you in the following video lesson. Enjoy.